women terrorists talking in my head. It's been about 4 hours that I've been on this train ride. Okay, I'm on the train with my son. And we are on our way to San Luis Obispo. We have about 2 hours approximately left. Tomorrow we have an 8-hour orientation. This stupid psycho terrorists are attacking my butt. It hurts so badly. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists screaming in my head, attacking my back, cussing me out because they don't want me with my son. The last time I came out, I drove, I was so anxious. And like I'm trying to move back so that I can't enjoy there. So there's like we're passing by the ocean and it's gorgeous. They don't want me taking pictures of the scenery. They don't want me involved with my son, getting excited. They're hurting me. The terrorists talking in my head are hurting me, so I want to live stream, make it clear that I can't capture their voices on my camera, make it clear no one is saying that here on this, obviously on this train, and that furthermore, no one's ignoring it. It's because these psycho bitches talking in my head. Plus, I always take a scan around to see what people are doing, just to because there are records produced with the weapon that they're using to talk in my head. Make it clear no one's saying or doing or sounding the way they do. And I want to sentence these bitches to death. That's all I want. I want them investigated with the same weapon they're using to talk into my head and attack my back with, and I want them sentenced to death with it. These bitches are brutally murdering people with this weapon. Look, so right there's the ocean. I can't even sit. My back is hurting so bad. And they were laughing like, ha ha, bitch down. The bitch is down. They're forcing the words fuck you out of my mouth. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're psychopaths, dude. They need to be sentenced to fucking death. Fuck yeah. You hear what they sound like in my head? They're brutally murdering people. They're barbaric trash. And they're like, Leah, Leah, every time I record. Like, well, you stupid terrorist bitch, how the fuck are you gonna kill? Oh. Nobody can hear me.
I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay, go ahead. Like, you stupid terrorist bitch. Like, nobody, what was I saying? She keeps saying my daughter's name. Like, you can't promise me that. You can't show me or prove to me that you're not going to use the weapon. How are you going to prove it to me if you're trying to hide that there is such a weapon, or that you're waiting till your record's clear to prove that you're to be behind it? So, like, they're not going to show me. On their records is all the crimes they've committed. So it's like they're saying my daughter's name, so it's like all I'm gonna do now is for damn sure make it clear I hear them in my head. My sciatica and my back are hurting so badly. They started attacking my back when we were passing by the ocean. Because I asked I was like, oh, It was like, if you want to get a good view of the ocean when we're passing by the ocean, sit over here. And he was telling us, me and my son, where to sit. And as soon as we start passing by the ocean, they start aggressively attacking my back. Although they've been doing it consistently for months now. They caused me spinal stenosis, and I had one MRI done 5 years ago. I did another one. I'm going to do another one, probably fairly recent from the last one, because they've been attacking my back so bad that I know there's more damage. So it's obvious if I don't go to work, psycho bitches are attacking me with a war. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They made 98% of my hair fall out. They stretched the skin of my forehead. And now that I know what they're trying to do, I'm live streaming constantly because they're trying to make it sound like their voice is coming from outside. Because why would you need to investigate someone with schizophrenia with a war weapon? They're schizophrenic. So it's obvious they don't want to make the claim that I'm schizophrenic. For one, their voice, it would stop. And then two, their voices are on the record, so there would be a clear difference between when they go conclude their investigation and from the records up until that point. Or not concluded, but when they bring people in to see if I'm schizophrenic or not. I mean, it's them talking in my fucking head. On top of the fact that they want to say that they have a reason, so they want to make it sound like the voices I'm hearing are coming from outside. And the way the weapon works is like, I don't know if it takes like it could go from a few minutes to a couple hours to gather all the information it needs on its own. It's like an AI, and it does a self-assessment of all the records and everything that you think, and your brain activity and the people around you, and it doubles up on records, and it makes sure to conclude the investigation and it spits out the findings. And the terror's talking in my head when 4 hours go by, and I'm sure they're like, that's more than enough time based on people who know how the weapon operates for it to gather information. If it continues to keep going and there's nothing to trigger it, there's nothing violent going on around me, I'm not being violent to anybody. It just, the weapon, it flags, the records get flagged. So like they're trying to bypass all these securities so they can murder me and get away with it. Okay? They want to destroy the records. So the records, the way it works is they bypass all of the security, it gets deposited and if there's no relevant information on it, they're playing with my head. They're playing with my head, so I can't explain. So the records remain as long as who they called suspects remain alive, okay? And I don't know, because so many murders surround me, if that's why. Because I don't know, not me, but Kobe Bryant, Florence Jenner Jr., D-Lo, Le'Veon, there are just so many deaths and murders, suicides and murders and drug, what these terrorists are claiming, suicide, drug overdose, like people that have not in my immediate community, but people that I've encountered over the course of my years, or that I've known through other people that have died. And so I don't know if it's because of that, that they want to make sure that any suspects that remain, also, as long as we are alive, the records remain, um, just in case anything were to come up between now and the time of our death that would conclude another, uh, like other clues to these people's murders or deaths. Okay? Um, and so the terrorists talking in my head, they're trying to murder me because if they want the records to destroyed. And the way it works is if they bypass all the security measures on the weapon, on the system that they're using, um, and and I've died, and there's no documented evidence of me looking for help or saying that somebody's attacking me with a war weapon, me not saying no medical record saying I'm not that I have schizophrenia. There's like nothing that to question their investigation. And the way the weapon works is that the records are just holding up space, and so they just dump it for the next set of records. Okay, so that it can make space for more records. And it's just like a surveillance camera at Target or Walmart. If there's nothing relevant on it, it gets dumped, and more surveillance footage gets stored until it no longer necessary, and it gets dumped, and so on and so forth. So it's the same concept with this weapon that they're using. And they want me to die. The terrorists are talking in my head. They want me to die. They're trying to murder me, and they want to make it look like the whole time that they were investigating me, and why it's such a prolonged investigation was because I'm dangerous, because I'm neglecting my responsibilities as a mom, because of whatever they're trying to make claims to. And they want to make it appear that way, so they're constantly attacking me. Of course, I can't flee. They're talking in my head, and that's part of their tactic is attack, 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 attack. But if I'm in an environment like this and they attack me, obviously people will hear that they'll hear somebody. If I'm being attacked, they'll hear it and they'll report it. So it's uncomfortable in spaces like this, but if I'm out in public, it's like they want to attack me as much as they possibly can, so that I can start sounding belligerent and violent, so that people will avoid me and isolate me, and the terrorists can say, oh, they were just, we couldn't, there was no cameras to source where the voices were coming from, and where there were cameras, there was no, we couldn't find anybody. And but although those cameras would have caught what I heard, though, I did say that before. Maybe it didn't see anybody, but it would have heard it. So they do attempt to keep me away from. I'm kind of going back because I already came to this conclusion, but sometimes I play with my head, and it's like I have to keep going through all of what I know to reassess it, because they're playing with my head so hard. So no, I'm sorry. When I am in front of cameras, it's still extremely uncomfortable for them, or places where they can call people to testify. Like if I'm at a grocery store, they could easily ask any of the employees. They know who's working at that hour. They can identify who is available to say, yes, I heard it, no, I didn't. So they don't want me at grocery shopping. They don't want me doing diddly squat. And that's why on several of my posts on Facebook, and in fact they are. I mean, they're doing the same to me. They're like, ha ha, bitch, you're not gonna fucking make a dime, bitch, you stupid bitch, ha ha. Luckily, I got housing assistance and I got Social Security, and I can qualify for a little bit of food stamps. I have family, and I can still maintain working, and maintaining my social security. So the combination of the three makes me able to sustain. But I would have, in the course of the last 3 or 4 months, I had 14 deals, all of which I would have made about five, minimum, not five, probably 7 grand each. Okay, multiply that by 14 minimum, and there were like 2 or 3 of them that were purchases, which is like anywhere between 20 and 30 grand. Okay, those two alone are 60 grand, and the rest, minimum 7, that I could have closed. And they're like, ha ha, we fucked up all your fucking deals, all your fucking deals. You're not gonna get a fucking penny, bitch. You're not gonna get a fucking penny, bitch. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. They want me sleeping while I'm on the train because I'm in an enclosed space so that they don't have to talk. And they're hurting my back. And they're hurting my back. They're trying to murder me and get away with it. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. Now that I know that if I make sure they can't bypass the securities, and I know how to make sure to, like, I'm leaving evidence, I'm seeking medical attention, I'm live streaming constantly, making it clear I can't capture their voices on my live stream. Look at how gorgeous this is. Hold on. Now that I know exactly how the weapon, I'm like learning how the weapon operates, to attack me, and if they have to keep talking, I know I know the security measures on, like, I'm learning. So now I'm making sure they don't bypass these securities on the weapon, and the terrorist bitches talking in my head are freaking out. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. Like, how stupid, bitch, do you have to be? I saw a video of a guy who they literally amputated, okay, and all he is a torso, and his arms got amputated. All he is a torso and arms up to his elbows, and that's it. Okay? They're barbaric. The women talking in my head are fucking psycho trash. They need to be sentenced to fucking death. And the more that I understand that they'll be investigated with this weapon the same way they're investigating people, the more aggressive they're getting with me, the more the more their torture is, like, it's like they're almost making it obvious on the records, because it's like they're not gonna make me full. I'm sentencing them to death. They can't offer me shit. They can't offer me security. They can't offer, like, what the fuck? Like, they keep saying, how about your hair? What about your hair? Don't you want to look gorgeous? Don't you want to, like, they're fucking stupid. And they're scars. They're fucking psycho trash. Do you fucking hear me? They're stupid, weird ass trash cans. They need a sentence. It's a need to record because they're talking in my head, and I want to make it clearer, so that it's obvious I can't capture to make it clear I'm with my son. They don't want any evidence. They don't want people to question their investigation.
Like for all of them?
They're Egyptian American Muslim women, so I'm giving them a lot more than just pictures. I'm live streaming and I'm making it clear what my life is about and showing the injuries that they've caused me. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists.
Okay. And these were your folks?
These psycho terrorists, if they know that they're going to get investigated with this weapon, guaranteed they're going to be screaming to for the United States government to give them this death penalty. Because it's just a shot and they'll go to sleep. But if they get investigated, it's bets are on however they want to do it.
Yeah, especially since they haven't inspected it. So,
I want them sentenced to fucking death. I don't care how I get it.
okay, so do you want to try to get the third quote, or do you want to move forward? Did they reach Okay. So the 10
Look at my hair. Look what they did to my hair.
fixing all the water and getting it around it and getting this. Yeah. Okay, then I say we look at it. Well, did he express as much concern as he felt about because we can't really see the plans. We might know whether
They're attacking my back right now. They're attacking my back. Look at this. My hair was thick. It was thick. Look at what they've done. I want them sentenced to fucking death. No, I'm not going down. My hair.
Okay, so then if that's the case, we will blow in the first. So what days?
When I have engraved
And yeah, they're really better, especially when we're going to be trying to see that one. And then that's good.
his injury is obvious for people to see who know. You just mad because I'm not looking at it from a cosmetic perspective. Looking at it from these are injuries. Dad, Devin, wanna go down to the cafe? Actual food when we get there.
Devin, I want some. Here. I want some of them.